I could do. Um, I love to put off what I could do today until about 2 weeks from now. You got to be. Hair is nothing, especially and then especially if you do black. Well, first off, like I said, you got to come out of that black first, which is a process, and that's not overnight. And then you end up damaging your hair. And you said it's long too, so you end up damaging your hair. But if you mess it up, you go straight over black, straight over it with a black. Moisturize it regularly, and that's the thing too. Like that's what I would say. Watching television and stuff like that, it's a good time to get your oils, your creams, your butters. You know what I'm saying, and do any type of self care. And no, honey, not gray. Oh, if you don't put black on your hair, it'll be gray. Well, gray is beautiful, especially when it's all gray and you put the shimmering lights on it. I love a black woman and some gray hair. I love gray hair on like a Miranda Priestley moment. I'm all into that white. I'm into that. It's a different form. It's an elevated form of yourself. Gray hair. And I can understand it's a vanity if you don't want to get the gray, because gray is what you got. Gray is what it is, because it's not going to grow out no other color, so that's what you have. But I understand what the color that it was. I used to wear this back and you know what I'm saying. I used to wear these colors back in the day, and now you have gray. But gray can be really beautiful sometimes. Definitely, Miranda Priestley. That hairstyle, the whole hairstyle, the color, the cut. Well, I know what you mean by that, but some do, and that's the thing. It's like um, and that's having it growing even and stuff like that. The gray growing even, but that's you got to wash it with your shimmer lights, and that'll just bring everything together. Purple shampoo, blue shampoo. Scalp greasery. Scalp greasery is great for your scalp. If you have an itchy scalp, you want to grease your. If you have an itchy scalp, it's good to moisturize your scalp. What you use to moisturize your scalp quantifies the benefits, and it all depends on how you do it. Because if you know you're going in for wash day, you're on your way to, you're getting ready to do your hair. If you have the ability, you're not out and about going to an event or something, 2 days before you like do your wash or go to get your hair done, stuff like that, and you grease your scalp down with the heaviest, greasiest stuff, that's great, because that'll be washed out. The remnants, the effects of the moisture from the hair will still be in your scalp, and you'll have a nice scalp after your whatever style you do after that. Having said washed and everything like that. But like an everyday moisturizer thing, that depends on your hair. That depends on you. Are you oily? Do you run dry? Things like that. So figuring out what categories you fall under determines how often you may need to moisturize. What you do to moisture, what you use to moisturize. A little oil, not jojoba, a coconut, avocado, all those things. What's the one? These days. There's so many. Something light, essentially, for the shafts of your hair, and because your scalp creates oils on its own. So that's why you have to be mindful of how your scalp produces the oils. But even the grease, a little do grow if your scalp is if your scalp is dry. A little do grow, a hair food something. You know what I'm saying? Even a little Blue Magic. It's a brand name. The essentials. There's new shit comes out. Going to a hair store every day, they're gonna put out something on the shelf. Um, Coconut oil makes your hair crunchy. Uh, then you're not getting. That's not providing enough moisture. Um, because coconut oil is very light. But the Jamaican castor oil, I mean, that should do it. And the Blue Magic. I mean, you can't go wrong with Blue Magic now. Now that might be too heavy for somebody, but Blue Magic works. It is effective, and you just have to know. No, and I don't think none of us in here. I don't know if I got any white people in here, but none of us in here should be washing our hair every day. Because then you have no natural oils in your hair, and then your hair dries out. And you're sitting there trying to replace something that you strip out every time you wash your hair. Mine starts with a cat. Doesn't come in evenly. Well, that's the thing, Chris. You got to let it grow. You just got to let it grow out. And I mean, yeah. You don't want to walk around with 4 tones in your hair, no. But sometimes that's when a good roller set comes into play, because you can play off the dimensions of it. So, you got to play around with it. Let me tell you something about these new age girls. First of all, they don't use Pump It Up no more. Don't nobody use y'all know about the Fantasia spray? They don't use Fantasia spray anymore. They use that damn lace spray. And then they wonder why they don't got no edges. That lace is for lace. It's not for ponytails, and it's not for that. So these new girls, and then not only is my stylist spraying my hair down with fucking glue, she's not even washing my hair. So then I have to fend for myself, and then I go there with a half-ass washout, and then she goes and sprays more things on top. It's vicious, these young girls out here when they're trying to get their hair done now by these other young girls or people that just want to do a quick turnaround or something. That got to be in that damn, what's the one in the red can and the black can? Eco. I got one in the damn bathroom now. Eben. That's not for molding your ponytails. That's not for repeated use on your edges. It's just not. Especially coupled with the fact that you're not rubbing, you're just ripping the wig off. You're not putting any conditioner, you're not using any oils or anything like that to loosen that up. The hair care these days, just like service at your restaurant, has gone to shits. Hey Mia, Blue Magic work? Oh yeah, oh yes it does. Oh yes it does. Moon Lion Owl. Weekly, sometimes bi-weekly. It all depends on what you do with your hair. Bi-weekly, just working in the salon. Girls, some ladies come in bi-weekly. I mean, some girls come in weekly, and those are ladies with the shorter hair. And then bi-weekly is a little bit longer. Very little heat. Not a co-wash, Jesus. And that's one of the things. First of all, everything I do is good. Mm-hmm. And washing, it was just a process. And the women love to come get their hair washed by London. Even when I went to hair school, when I had already been working in salons, I went to hair school, and it's the washing segment. First of all, they used to call me the doctor, because I just know things. So I went in there, I already knew how to do a beehive, and I knew how to part section and, those types of things, whatever. I really went to school to learn how to color and master cutting and stuff. So, because you learn everything in the field, and you don't learn how to do hair in hair school. You learn what to do with hair, if that makes sense. So we get to the hair washing segment, and the girls are scared to get behind the bowl. They scared to put the water on their head. They're scared to turn the temperature. Listen, I got on that thing and did my teacher's hair, and she was like, yeah, yeah. Well, you might not want to use so much, but trying to tell me not to use so much pressure. I said, well, the ladies I work with, they don't mind. Do you not know all three of the teachers was ready to hop in the damn bowl after? Same thing when I did the facials. So washing hair was great. Melting the hair, I called it the melting process. When somebody hasn't come in a while, or somebody has very thick hair resistant to water, melt it down with some hot water. That's like the biggest thing. So that all the hair is saturated, nice and hot, dripping wet, ready to go. Shampoo, scratch it, get over, behind, get into it so that it's more of a massage, a therapy. It's not so much like a service of the hair, but an overall experience. You get into it. Everybody always asks, how you learn to wash hair like that? I said, well, this is how I wash my hair. And I'm a little heavy-handed, but I would figure, you have to get the stuff out. You haven't been here in 2 weeks, or, you had this in your hair. Especially people like back when girls wore sew-ins for 3 months. You got to get to that stuff. And so that was always a great experience, working in salons and washing hair and stuff like that. Learned a lot. But that's like girls not do. That's what I'm talking. I'm like, why am I talking about washing hair? The co-wash. Girls not doing that. Girls don't have no sink set up. They don't know what shampoos to use. They be damned if they use a shampoo and a conditioner, or even let the conditioner sit a little bit. It's just so crazy now. Stay with the bottle, okay? Fantasia. Love Fantasia because it did smell good. Pump it up. Fantasia a little lighter. First of all, I know the smell of both of them. But specifically pump it up. I remember because my sister would come in after she would get buckles or waves and things like that, and be coming in sounding like girl, you just got your hair done. I try to keep the truth vocalized. It's the creator on here whose hairline is leaving due to the installs. It's totally different now too. It's like even like Wendy on Potomac. I told you guys, Wendy's wigs are nice. She has very good quality wigs. They got good placement. They layer it. But for her to talk about, my hair is falling out underneath here, it's like, well, yeah, Wendy, because you don't got no hair care. You don't have no basic, and the person who's putting your wigs on so nicely is just putting your wigs on nicely. They don't care about what them braids look like. They don't care about the moisture in your hair. They don't care about none of those things. When your hair should be popping, you wear wigs all the time, your hair should be popping when you take a wig off. That's what Oprah said about her hair after she came out of those falls and stuff and started wearing her natural hair more. She was like, I was getting my hair done professionally for 25 years. She said, my hair should look like this. All the pressure. Yes, when your husband washes his hair, yes, it's definitely a lost art form, 100%. And it's very intimate, and it's physical contact, but it's a non-sexual form of intimacy. Washing hair. Let your husband wash your hair, or you wash your husband's hair. When you wash your husband's hair, you change his life, because I've washed some men's hair, and they be like, well, that sort of thing. So it's definitely, it is an art form of many facets. Washed and blown out, because they're trying to turn around. They want to do 15 damn sew-ins a day. It's like, girl, I like the people like, listen, I do foreheads. At the least, that's like $300. At the very least, forehead should be about $300, and it depends on what you do though. The washing set is about 40. 40 times 3 is 120. But even still, your $18 an hour job, it's the same thing. And meanwhile, you love and do what you do. You know, whatever. Definitely neglect what's underneath. Well, Ariana Grande, see the thing with her and them ponytails, Ariana probably don't got no hair in the middle. Her edges might be nice, her perimeter might be intact. But she got a bald spot somewhere in the middle of that head, all them ponytails. And also, too, because of so much hair that she adds to it. So you pay $250. That's what I'm saying. Depends on what the stylist is doing. Because you only need to lay, 2-3 wigs a day, definitely, to to meet a quota and come out with something at the end of the week. But it all depends. A wash, like a wash is like girls don't even out here doing washing sets. Granted, don't many girls want, and not many girls want a washing set. And Jesus, you got a silk press. You must got long hair. Get $300 for a shampoo. See, that's just. It depends, and that's the thing. Every style starts at $45. Let's say $40, because that's the washing set standard price, right? That means you're getting your hair washed, you're getting your hair blow dried, you wash and condition, maybe another $5 for a deep condition, maybe 10, depends on what you use a humecto or whatever you use in specialty to get the conditioner in there. But start there. And then, the sew-ins, you got the braids and stuff. It's just a process. And, I feel like they just don't want to take the time. And also, too, a lot of these people are not going to school, so they don't get that part of it, education of the process or even the benefits of maintaining your client's hair, not the style, the hair. And now we're at a point now where everybody thinks they silk press or something, when there's a difference between the blowout flat iron and a silk press. Okay? And I think that needs to be understood too. Because if my hair don't look like silk after it's done, then it wasn't a silk press. You just pressed me out. Definitely $250 braid sounds about right. My tape-in's almost $400, so expensive. Now I would like some tape-ins. I would actually like a half up, half down with some natural kinky. But I'm waiting for the good Lord to bless me real good before I do something like that. But I would definitely like to try some tape-ins one day. I was looking on Amazon. I was going to make my own tape-ins. I just had to get some hair. I found the tape and the glue and the things. But really the tape, no glue. But I saw the tape and stuff like that. And I just needed to get some hair. $105 for a relaxer, cut and color. A cut and curl. That's a lot. I mean, about maybe less than $25 more. And I'm, the increase and stuff, especially now, you're like, because girls don't do that, because your other stylists don't do that. You're like, well, yeah, I can charge, and that's business. I'm gonna charge, $25 because you come in here for exactly this service. Definitely the convenience. I remember, well, I don't remember, but I seen a video of Lotto when she was getting her tape-ins, and she was like, why would I go back to this? But that's the thing. The thing with tape-ins, you got to have some hair. I didn't watch House. I've been on the line with y'all. I haven't seen Potomac Housewives. I'll probably watch it tomorrow. But Lotto got a lot. She got a lot of hair in the tape-ins. Just like a good sew-in looks good with some leave-out. Looks best, like Jackie. Jackie gets a basic sew-in, and she might even do a U-part wig. But that leave out. But Jackie got some hair. Jackie from Married to Medicine Wives. Jackie got hair probably go to her shoulders, as it should. So when she throw that U-part or that sew-in in, and put that leave out, press that out nice. It's all hitting the way it's supposed to hit, Even Beyonce, her units sit behind an inch behind her hairline. Her hair is already long, already blonde. It is. I done ate twice, Mia. Already long, already blonde. It covers. It blends in with that hair nicely. Don't curl. Now as you get to curling it, you can't tell the difference. But yesterday I cooked some a pork shoulder How many times have I said this? Pork shoulder. And I had some rice with the gravy on it, juice, chutney, whatever you want to call it, and some string beans. And a bang string. But I would definitely like some tape-ins because I do love the versatility. I just want my hair in the front. Although I, get a nice wig, but I need a full lace. I need like a full lace 15x7 frontal at least. Full lace for a 15x7 frontal, and but I thought about that too. Listen, I just need $1, okay? Because I could put 2 frontals together and get my 15x7. I'll even settle with the 15x6. And but I prefer the 7 because I want my parts to be deep. So get to stitch those the frontals together and make it work like that. Kenny, Kenny, I thank you for the likes. I've seen your name. Chrissy, what you lost by? Where I lose you, girl? Where'd I lose you, girl? Back to the Poland Springs. I said, well, let me get the Poland Springs. I can't turn the guys because I got more of this coming tomorrow too. Tomorrow morning. This is a 50 cent. You get 5 cents here in New York. But the Crystal Geyser, it's only good in Maine. And granted, this does not taste like the Crystal Geyser, but it's not bad. Oh, the wigs and the tape-ins. Oh, because you got the inches. Wigs, well, especially, well, no, I mean, because that's the thing too. You want to let your hair grow out. So, like a half cap would be nice, but you have to either allow your front to grow out gray and then wear a gray cap, a gray wig until your hair grows out underneath, you know what I mean? Or you could keep, don't be sorry, you could keep dyeing your hair black, just the front, but then you just have the front black, which would always be hard to come out. You just be prolonging the inevitable of you needing to come out of that black. But if you get a gray wig, it would be a great way for you to transition and to feel the timing of you coming from your uneven gray until you wear the wig for a year, and you'll have something a little bit more even after, probably less than that, you Mexican, your hair grow. Tay, always a pleasure. I'll see you next time. That's only, well, I mean, the wig, you get some good hair, the wig lasts you a lifetime. But my suggestion was that it be gray. Because if your front grows out nice, then you could just leave the front out. We're not talking about lace now. That, and then from the picture, yeah, it looks like you wear it long, just down to the side, maybe off your face. So that would be nothing. That would be nothing. Or you could do quick weaves, but people want access to their hair. They want to take a wig off and they want to put a wig on. Quick weaves are a little bit more of a permanent style for a time, semi-permanent style, where you have more versatility in the takeoff and the put on of a wig. Every few years I do that. Well, we're working in the transition now because the gray's not going away. But I'm also, if you were to do the black is the thing. But I think I'm just. Or what I'm saying is that a gray wig, because that's the end goal, will be a great way for you to transition from the styles that you have now to that. Unfortunately, what's unfortunate? That's and then wonder why they bald or want to blame the glue and things. It's like no, you literally snatched the tracks off your braids. And now you got bangs around your ear. Yeah, wigs. That's the thing. Wigs are convenient. Uh, More than a quick weave. Some ones are a bit more permanent. You run up these days. Like I said, back when I was coming up, girls was wearing their someones about 3 months, at the least 2 months. And now you get a someone and you be having it 2-3 weeks. And at first it was just a waste. Put priorities and money and hair and whatever. Because back in the day, you buy you some good Remy, it's like that's not going nowhere. I'm gonna get my money's worth. But the times they are changing. But compared to a song with the braids and then maybe the stitches are tight and things like that. Other than that, no, I could put the braids in my hair, throw on a wig. It's a lot more convenient. Not since junior high. That's I think that's genetics. I'll take a sewing any day. It's all a personal preference. How how you go about your days and things. How your hair and stuff. You never wore a wig. Some people don't like wigs. Some people don't like that. But wigs come in different, full lace. Can virtually not feel anything and stuff, but with the bands and the cotton or whatever they put in, used to make the wigs out of and stuff like that. People don't want all of that on their heads. I mean, it's strictly a personal preference. So people like the security of, like, I like my braids tight. Like, I want to feel it. I want it to be, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. Stitch me down, put me in, stuff like that. Some people don't like that. Some people like to breathe. It's all personal preference, all of it. At the end of the day, what is not up for discussion, what isn't a personal preference, but it's a matter of extreme importance. Is hair care, under your wig, under your sewing, under your quick weave, your lace, your tape-ins. If your hair not right underneath there, it don't matter. Wow. I got a couple. It's a gray hair somewhere around in that area. I haven't seen any in my head. I'm stressed about what's in my beard. So I just don't even have. The Lord said He won't put more on you than you could bear. Okay, and I'm gonna just go with that. But no, it's not. It's not a matter of. It's not up for discussion at all. And if you're seeking somebody to do your hair, at least hair care, because that's one of our specialties is natural hair. If we want to get your natural hair going and be healthy, we can definitely start there. I can do many things when it comes to hair. But first and foremost, we're going to take care of the hair. Your hair first. Your hair. Muy importante. What else? Y'all got any hair questions? I said I was gonna get out of here at 11. In my mind, I said that. I can't believe it's 11 o'clock. In my mind, I said I was gonna get out of here at 11. But now we're talking about hair. Hair care. Kenya Moore hair care. That's the nigga with Kenya. Kenya don't spend money on much now. But she spend money on keeping that hair together. Because that's not, I don't see Kenya. Kenya ain't in at the vanity, doing the things. She's definitely hiring people who know. Didn't y'all get me going? Kenya's definitely hiring people who know what to do with her hair. Yeah, just the bag. And that's just not it. But I mean, for some people it is. But I just don't think it's just not it. Because the best thing is somebody's like, oh, they do my hair and then my hair is growing. I love when somebody's like, first I would say a man's hands, but anybody whose hair I've ever touched said, you got my hair growing, my hair looks better, that sort of thing. She is due for a hairstyle, but that's the thing. That's what I'm saying is like she's not about her hair. She has somebody who maintains her hair, because if Kenya didn't have that hair, Kenya wouldn't have much. So she needs somebody to maintain her image. But Kenya I can't even picture Kenya flat ironing her hair. That's why she needed the glam before she went to the doctors. Because she's not doing none of that. Hey, XOXO. She not doing none of that. So yeah. Kenya Moore hair care. Somebody else's thing, just like Kim in the makeup. I'm sure Mario influenced a lot of that, and then he eventually got his own thing, which was a trial and error for him, so that he his brand went off without a hitch. He had done a lot of things with Kim, which, not that she owed him, but because of him, Kim was locked into this image. So that's kind of a give back that she gave to him, and that's how business works. Especially when you work so closely with somebody. But I don't know nobody people talk about pattern and people talk about TPH. I ain't never, and not even really Kim Kimble either. Although I did use some Kim Kimble products. It was good on my wigs, not on my hair. But I don't know, nobody used Kenya Moore hair care. I did use Gabrielle's hair mask, and that worked better on my wigs, not my hair. So, there's that. So I don't know what Kenya Moore hair is doing. Hugs and kisses, kisses and hugs. Kisses and love. So I don't know what that is with that. Everybody's coming out with something. If it's not a tequila, it's some hair care or makeup. Tis the season. Tis the season. Perfume too. I think what I just seen, Billie Eilish, she coming out with a perfume. Perfumes are the standard from that wasn't Elizabeth Taylor, but is that by Elizabeth Taylor, White Diamonds? I thought she just promoted that, but I think that's hers, no? And started probably before that, but I think White Diamonds really kicked it off for the girls. And then Paris has a bunch. Kim, J-Lo. They all come out. Everybody does the same things. Everybody does the same things. I've discussed this before. I was like, remember when it was Budweiser, Jay-Z, this was on the Super Bowl too. They wanted Jay-Z to be in the Budweiser commercial, and he said he didn't want to. And he said he didn't want to promote liquor, because he would be promoting liquor to the kids. Now he's got to do say. And everybody has a tequila. And even if they don't have the tequila, they are affiliated with someone who has a tequila. Like Kathy Hilton. That's Eva Longoria's tequila. Tracy Ellis. That's George Clooney's tequila. The Rock and Kevin Hart both have a tequila. Everyone. And it's not even a good quality tequila because thanks to TikTok, they're supplementing all these additives they're supplementing quality, they're supplementing time that it takes to create a fine tequila with additives. All these brands, 818 Casamigos, Casa, whatever, do. We're drinking these half-ass liquors, feeling like shit the next day. I said, just give me a bottle of Andre. Just give me a bottle of Andre, and I'm all right. 2, 3, actually. 3 will do the job. More than the job. But just give me 3 bottles of Andre, and I'll be all right. And even still, Andre is not real champs, because I think that's made in America. Serena. What do it smell like? The Court? That picture of her, she looks like Marisol's mother. And these pictures with while they down in Miami with Kim and Chloe. Chloe just, it's just something about Chloe. My friend, the homeboy, said it to me yesterday. He was like, "You got a thing for Chloe," and maybe it's the edited Chloe. I be loving Chloe's hair. I love her. I'm usually into her body, especially this body that she has now. Not when her ass was all crazy, but when she started to tone all that down, she just looked. It was just a better look for me. I'm entitled to like what I like. More than Kim, Courtney don't do nothing. Kylie is still popping all out of the things and stuff like that. She's too young. But Courtney just always seemed together to me. I just really loved her look. And especially now with this long hair, with the caramel lights, caramel highlights and stuff like that, I'm just really into it. Even kind of the half up, half down. Worst thing Chloe ever did was that big curly wig that she wore for the Diana Ross party. I hated that. But other than that, Chloe's all right. But they walking around with fucking Serena Williams, looking like Marisol's mother or the Lion Lady, and it's just like, and Renee Vasquez used to do her makeup before she started to do all this stuff to her face, and I think it was before she even got married to the man. He might have did her wedding. Renee might have did her wedding, and I don't think they worked together since. Renee just does a lot of weddings. Well, Chloe's hair looks like cotton candy. Renee does a lot of weddings and works with Pat McGrath. But she looks, terrible. I actually just seen a guy, he had did a video on it shortly before I got on live with you guys. And it's just like, ugh, why? And then ain't nobody gonna tell her no, because of course she make the Kardashians look better. She make them look thinner, and she makes them look better. And now they sitting out here using Serena, 17-time Wimbledon champion. Ain't no reason. Like in the video, the same guy was like, call whoever is doing Lori Harvey, because she's not losing. And we don't discuss Lori Harvey, but I'm not gonna take away the fact that she come out, her and her mama step out in some looks, okay? Very cohesive, very together. Starting to look. And that's not right. It's not right, and it's not okay. But she's gonna do it anyway. And what could we say? Glorious. It is a light chef's kiss. It is. It is. Like that whole overall number. It wasn't overalls, but it wasn't jeans that came up to her chest, and it's just like she just perfect execution with a short bob or something like that. For Lori or Serena, probably Serena, right? She ain't succeeded all year. Dresses are either too tight, too short. Um, I mean, I think I've gone over a couple Serena looks this year, and she just ain't done. She just ain't done it yet. I'm trying to think of what Lori had on at the Met Gala. But that's where things get problematic because the Kardashians like, listen, I got Mario here, we got Chris here, girl. What do you need? What do you need? Just come early, because I got my own scheduled time. What do you need? But she don't need that. She married to the man, a millionaire. I think he's a billionaire. I think a billionaire. She should have no problems. Sierra has been looking absolutely amazing. She put that good football money to use. She didn't. One of them hairstyles she got was like, okay, let me find a stylist so I can take this to her, get the tape ins and the color. Sierra has been executing. It's so funny that she does that because I told you guys to give me the list of makeup artists to look up, and I started looking up her makeup artist, and then I don't know if she knew I was looking at her because she started pulling out the looks for Sierra. Not just the makeup too, Sierra altogether. A billionaire. Serena shouldn't have no problem. She's worked with Mario. She's worked with Rennie. She's worked with probably Sierra's makeup artist as well too. The hair girl. Listen, all you need is 3 wigs from Alonzo. That's all you need. You don't need no $145,000 wigs like Beyonce. Get you a $12,000 wig from Lons. Have somebody put you some layers in there. Chris could throw you in some layers real quick. They get you a little bob. You look nice. Big girls look nice in the bob. It should never be a question of you walking around here looking like the Lion Lady or Marisol's mother. Y'all know Marisol's mother from Miami? God bless the dead. It should be no reason, especially when you with the Kardashians. And she do. But why not use my husband's money? Why not? I don't understand why Serena can't slay. Period. 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 What you think Drake was doing with that? Another facade. Shit, he got a better hairstylist and makeup artist than she do. Hello, somebody. Listen. Stunts. It just don't make no sense. She just out and looking and smiling. Girl, if you don't run back in that house, and after all this time, and I was going to say after all this time, you should be able to know how to do something, a little something for yourself. Maybe that's what she's doing. But she shouldn't be out here doing nothing for herself. That man got $1 billion. You, Serena Dan Williams. And a little base, a little blush, go a long way. Eyelash. Get your eyebrows microbladed. Get some tasteful injections so that you don't be walking around here looking like the Lion Lady and Marisol's mother with her drink. It's not acceptable. I'm gonna say it. It's not acceptable. We talk about Serena. Should have a whole team. See, Serena Williams, she in a position to put some brand new people on. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to call Mario. I don't need to wait for Chris. or I don't know, whoever else. You know what I'm saying? These on-the-go hairstylists and stuff like that. No, don't. You don't have to apologize. Half the people in here now that came in at the end at the end. But yeah, that's the thing. She shouldn't have to call Beyonce's people. She shouldn't have to call Etienne, or she definitely ain't working. Not Kim Kimball. Beyonce ain't giving up. Because I don't think he works with any other celebrities but Beyonce. Um, um, I'm gonna call him Frederick Fakayo. That is not his name. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Her hairstylist, the guy from Trinidad. I don't think he works with anybody else but Beyonce. And but she shouldn't have to call them people. Granted, she's worked with those people and stuff like that, coming up and stuff like that. Like the pretty girls have offered, because not to say if you in sports, you're not a pretty girl, but I think if you bred for tennis, you don't really have the glands on speed dial. So coming up, Kim is like, okay, I'll send Mario your way, and then Rennie comes up and they're like, okay, I'll grab, I'll pay for this new artist, put him on a little bit, and then Rennie just took his own career in his own hands. But even Kill Pretty, like I would love to see what he does with her. If he were to get his hands on Serena Williams, so that she shouldn't be out here looking like who? I just want better for her, period. In the sincerest sense. I don't know who the hell is doing her makeup. She need to fire. No, seriously, you don't. But you know what? Your daughter doesn't. She do it herself. And that's what I said. I said, Serena been in this game long enough. But Serena being in this game long enough, and like I just said about her being sports, sure, she's in the world of glitz and glam, but she's been doing sports longer than she's been glitz and glam. So there's a huge learning curve. When I go from hitting balls and I have to be gentle with liner, I don't think there's a smooth transition in that. And that's okay, because that's why you got millions of dollars and you could pay somebody to do that. So if she out here, she got her makeup from Ulta in the drugstore, she's not doing it right. And whoever she with, not helping her. So I don't know if she has any good friends. Listen, Beyonce they pulled her all together. Yeah, white guys like that look, yeah. Enslaved and tired. The kids, not the little daughter playing around, playing makeup on mommy. Girl, not on the night for not Art Basel. And it's gonna be, and I'm walking through the streets. Now, if she was just by herself, or she was with her gang, or she was, because then that's the thing. Venus gonna be cute too. Now, Venus been cute for this red carpet season this year. Serena been looking crazy. Maybe it's Venus' time to shine, and I said that. But if I'm in my own group and I'm walking in, that's fine. I might be feeling, whatever. I got my street wig on, whatever the case may be. But if I'm behind the Kardashians, because they know not to put me up in front, and I need to be behind them to make them look smaller. If I'm behind the Kardashians, I don't want my face to come into question. Courtney and Chloe and Kim got on glasses, and I'm walking around here with a freshly injected face. Like, come on. Very much soft stuff. Come on now. And you've been, like I said, she's been in sports longer, she's been in glam, but she's been in the game long enough to understand, especially rolling with the Kardashians. Girl, she like one of the damn, listen, somebody said it was a mean girl, and I don't want to fulfill that idea. But you like one of the damn white chicks, Marlon and at the damn slumber party at the hotel, just roughhousing. Not that looking like the help. And that's the thing. She's sitting there lighting up. She ain't the same color she was playing back in the thing with the beads in her hair. So you got to figure all of that out. Even Black China getting sued and everything. She really pulled a look. She really pulled things together. Now that's on her finding the people, getting the right wig person, getting the right makeup person, because she don't use this. She damn sure ain't using none of the Kardashians people. So she had to find her own way. Now you more famous than Black China. Go on more places, being seen better places than Black China. Black China she done got white initials. She done got white initials. And she done got white in the glam department as well too. Snapped it right there. Serena? I'm talking to Serena right now, y'all. Serena, honey. Let me look right in the camera. Serena, honey. Tell me what the problem. What do you need me to do? How can I be of assistance? Because these things shouldn't be happening. You better than that. You better than that. And you know better than that, walking around with them sisters like that. Like the help, like the security. You walk around like they security. Whiteness just cracks me up too. If you walk around like the security girl, you one of the girls. And you walking around like security. And that's Kill Pretty. He's not the only one, but Kill Pretty has done her makeup. And you know that's Jonathan and Tay on the hair. And she gathering up the people. She gathering up a sure thing. But like I told you guys too, people have a reason and intention behind whatever they do. Because it's not like Serena don't know. She don't look like these Kardashians walking about the thing. And it's not like Nene didn't know that her body lift scars and her areolas. Like, she knew. You know what I mean? So she knew. I feel like although Portia's whole thing was ceremonial and ritualistic, Nene going in there was a bit of that whole embarrassment thing. Top flight security of the world. No, it is. It's shameful. Because that's the thing. Kardashians always talk about. People always talk about the Kardashians. They don't got no talents. They know how to pull a look together. Every one of them. Even people identify with whatever Courtney be giving sometimes. I was just sitting here and telling you how I love what Khloe do. Kylie, she serves. Kendall does the model thing and a laid back lesbian thing. Kim gives what needs to be given when the given needs to be given. And then here comes Serena stomping through. Ooh, charging through. It's just not. We deserve, and she deserves. Yes. Is her mother? Is her mother alive? Do they got their mother with them? She don't see color or blending. Oh, be shame. Yes. Stop it. I need to stop. I don't want to be so cruel. And see, that's how the numbers come up. It's 37 people in here because I'm being mean to Serena Williams. Looking like Big Bert. Big Greg. What's his name? Big Boy. Not Big Boy. Listen. Oh, mom's style is questionable. And I do think style is hereditary. But like I said, you got the means, honey. You got the means. You got the means. You never even have to shop. Like Diana said, I don't even go into stores. Serena don't have to go into no damn stores. At the same time, too, like I said about her being sports based, she probably don't want to sit and spend 6 hours doing fittings either. But it's got to be a happy medium. You know, get you a Norma Kamali, a Diane von Furstenberg. You know, that's quintessential body shaping for all sizes. And get you a shake and go with, you know, full lace shake and go, and you know what I mean, a little base, a little lash, a little blush. Definitely need a little blush. Soften all that stuff up. I mean, she ain't got to do a full contour, and she ain't got to do all of that, you know. Steel toe Serena. Not one light toe. That you could just throw that on. Lashes, she should get you individual lashes, but she probably don't want to sit for that. She probably don't want to sit for the shit, the fucking tint at least. But she don't want to do the eyebrows, and she, you know, Serena, but you can't be walking out here with the Kardashians. Kim barely got anything on. Chloe's body snatched to the gods, okay? And then there you are. Looking how you looking. Udo, her mom got blonde hair? Oh. And we get on Pinterest and figure it out. I mean, it's there, the option is YouTube. She could watch one of my videos. I got one pinned at the top now that'll work just fine for her. So she don't want to be no fashion girl walking around looking how she looking. I tell you that much. And they keep trying to associate her with these softer girls. And the joke is really not her size. That don't got nothing to do with it. That don't have nothing to do with it. Big girls from Tokyo, I want to say Tokyo Tony, but that's not it. You know, Big Tokyo, to Queen Latifah, to fucking Big Frida, Wendy Williams even. The big don't got nothing to do with it. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Norma Kamali, fucking Hervé. No, that's old. I didn't mean to say Hervé, but Balmain, you know what I'm saying? Something? Balmain. So square. She's very square. Let me stop. So, well, you know, after I cussed that lady out earlier, you know, I just be in the mode, you know, Tokyo Vanity. I just be in the mode, and I'm just ready to unleash it because it be built up. That's a childhood. It's a trauma response. I used to prepare myself to cuss the people out in school because they always had something to say. So I was ready to go. Okay, ready to go. But yeah, the contouring. That's why I said she need a little blush. Gonna soften that thing up and bring a little life to that face. And the right wig, you know, she could do a little caramel highlights like the girls, and you know what I'm saying, even a ginger or something. But no, that's just not what we get. That's not what she gives us. And I'm left. Even the brat, I was gonna say her too. I definitely had her on the list inside as well. And it's all about working what works for them, because none of them wear the same things. None of them dress the same. I don't know what Queen Latifah had on for that performance where Fantasia sang The House Down with Patti LaBelle, and I can't stand that, Yolanda Adams and stuff. I don't know what Queen Latifah had on that night. But she's just trying to keep a little excitement about herself. Stay ready as long as to get ready. Because I didn't have time to prepare. I just had time to lay them out. Okay? No time to prepare. Just leave them in the wake. Okay? But listen, here's hoping. Here's the hoping. I really didn't mean to do that. I really didn't. And then she gonna try to play me like I'm stupid, like I didn't come here. Then what the fuck you coming? Listen, y'all, don't get me started back up. Don't work me back up now. Queen Latifah is always on point, but not that night. Not that night. She had on. It looked like it was the size of something. It looked like the dress that Jada Pinkett wore to this movie premiere with Will, but obviously it was bigger. Hefty couture. Yeah. It just wasn't too soft for Queen Latifah, and yet just not right. Too soft, and yet it was just not right. And that's the top and the bottom of the line. Let me see if I can find it. Fantasia had wore that blue number. See, so that's the thing about getting a good team. With the church finger up. She knew what she was doing, so I just had to let her know where that type of behavior wasn't acceptable. Lady Marmalade. Let me see. Queen Latifah, Patti LaBelle, Yolanda Adams, Fantasia. So Yolanda Adams. Itchy, gitchy, yayad. It was worse than what, I don't know, what, this is some shit like Dorothy Zbornak would have on. I just don't know. Jennifer Hudson looked terrible. The two heifers on TV looked the worst. Is that Yolanda Slip showing? Here, this is a picture right here. Child, Dorothy Zbornak would have wore the hell out of this thing, okay? Do y'all see that? It's nothing effortless. It's an effortless mess. And she know better. But that's the thing. They're trying to keep it, you know, they like to keep it spicy. Queen Latifah got these shows coming up and things like that. So she want to keep it spicy. To look good is boring. See, we talking about Serena. We not talking about Lori Harvey. Although we did touch on her a little bit. But look at Jennifer. Looked like she on her way. She looked like somebody's grandmothers be having those bejeweled pajamas. Don't she look like she on her way to the fridge? It's about 11. It's 11 p.m. She on her way to the fridge. Got her slides on. And that's the thing about style. Patti got. You know how many of them suits Patti LaBelle got done? You know how many of them bell sleeves shiny suits Patti LaBelle? And look at these two on the end. Uh-oh, hold on now. Fantasia had looked at the best. Patti looked like Patti. Yolanda don't know whether she want to be at the altar or at the club. I just can't deal with Yolanda. She's not for me. And Queen Latifah looked like she at the Pontiffs or at the damn at the palace. I don't know where she. It's the worst. It's the worst thing. With them strong shoulders. A period piece, okay? Oh, God. Definitely is Dorothy's born. Back from the juke joint. Jesus. It's just not right. It's just not right, and it's not okay. But somebody made it anyway. Close the door behind you. Leave your keys, okay? And don't you dare come back to me in that outfit. Don't you dare. Oh, Lordy. So now, according to people in the damn chats, in the damn comments, I deserve to get lymphedema, vertigo. A man got to leave me. My son got to go on in the damn bender. No, Jennifer never really. No, she never really did. No, she never really did. But she I never seen nothing that bad. Because I done sat out here and talked about the people. I am getting a little headache though. So maybe God don't like. He don't like ugly, and he ain't too fond of pretty. No, it should not have been photographed. I guess we all deserve a vertigo because I ain't out here by myself. And then I think Fantasia performed in this afterwards, and she looked absolutely phenomenal in this. That's the thing about going to the gym, that your body just be tight, and your outfit can be tight too, and you still look amazing. I know she's still using, yeah, luster's pain. It's an everyday thing. I know she's still perming that hair. Got to. Because you know Fanny sweats. You know Fanny get to sweating. Yolanda got bad wigs, and she never really had good. I just never been. I never been since you alone in the room. It's just me and you. And but when that first happened, I didn't even know who she was. Really, you know. So I don't. Me and Yolanda don't go no further than that. Alone in a room, it's just me and you. We don't go no further than that. She the male Kurt Franklin. She definitely is bad to the bone. Bad, okay? Real lady mama. What are people talking about? Let me see if I got any more shady comments in here before I head out. Any more? Look, I got this girl as my bad. This green screen. She killed this with. I don't know this girl's name, but she redid these Grace Jones pictures, and I said, I got the perfect spot for this, and on my lock screen. Let me show you. And on the lock screen. Girl told me I was misogynistic. She better suck a dick and get out my damn face. I love these pictures. Misogynistic white supremacist. I wish she would have came in here tonight. Slid through the lives. I would have slid right up one side and down the other. Somebody said Joan Rivers was a man. I just can't. People just be on here just saying the dumbest things. Well, Britney, because her birthday was just the other day. What did she get into? Something at a club? Something. Her career, really? She is perfectly fine. Definitely the doppelganger, right? I definitely did. That's the girl said. Her career, really? She is perfectly fine. This is the definition of policing her body. She's a grown woman, successful and in a committed relationship with a steady check. What more does she need? This girl said, this girl has been working since she was 7. What do you mean her career? She is it. It's time for her. It's time for her to start a family. She made an outpost yesterday, so she didn't do nothing for her birthday either. Like Jay-Z didn't do nothing for his, as far as I know today. But we ain't seen Britney since what? She got married. Or no, since the thing with her kids. Oh, Jesus. Somebody said she's going to be a great, fun-loving, honest mother. I feel like she will be honest. See, that's why I love my collective. Because y'all been on the... Not because y'all on the same side, but because y'all are with me, okay? I think we talked about Britney Spears. And, well, you know, ever since the wedding and the way that wedding went off, that was shaky. And then what happened with Kevin and the kids, that was shaky. And, you know, we'll see. They've been dilly-dallying with Britney ass, too. And thank you, Nataj. They be dilly-dallying with Britney ass too, but I'm sure she would like a nice rest, and I just don't know. One day they're gonna give it to her. One day they just gonna give it to her. X don't give it to you. X don't give it to you. So when is Jay's due date? You know, as I looked at the numbers, I'm thinking 48, 49. Because they seem to tweet between the two numbers, the 8, the 48s, and well, the 8s and the 9s. And I don't know, we'll see. And that's only in 5 years. Kanye Kanye 40, Kanye 44. And see now I already got my Lindsay pictures together, okay? And I just need more context. I want to get some more to figure out when that thing was with Oprah. What you say, Natasha? In the video she posted, and now she seen her. We'll see what happens with that. But Lindsay, that for me, no coincidence that Lindsay out here thriving, and Wendy would have that whole segment every time Lindsay would do something. Every time she had a mugshot. Every time. So I'm gathering my pictures and I'm gathering my verbiage, but I have definitely noticed, and Lindsay looked good, and that's what I'm saying. You can't sit here and tell me Wendy can't come out this stuff. Granted, she probably been doing things longer than Lindsay been alive. But Lindsay was down, honey, down in the trenches. You hear me? Underneath the trenches. Now look at her. And Wendy can't do the same thing. So now we're talking about timing. And me and Lindsay the same age. For 30, for 20 years difference. Than Wendy. 20 and some change, or 24 years difference. But it's the same thing. And now she back on top of that. I just don't think that's over here we don't consider anything a coincidence. But that's definitely something to take notice of. Back on and looking good. Okay? Literally face down in the trenches. Lindsay looked real good. Well, first she was in a Netflix movie, so that means she on her lines, you know, serving lines better than what Wendy did at that damn sit down with the girls, the circle sisters, circle of non-sisters, the circle of bullshit, and Now she'll be fine. Anything her career in acting is going to elevate. We all seen the work Blue Ivy produced. What did Blue Ivy produce? Is that the same guy that stole her phone, held it for ransom while pretending it was someone else? But it was him demanding money. Was it? There's nothing. I'm not. I won't say a lost hope. Renaissance. Oh, I don't know. Even still, Renaissance. Renaissance is new beginning, and that's what all this is. This is what all of this shit is. It's just a mess. Wendy could come back. Sunshine, Sun 44. If Oprah looks like $1 million at 67, and Lindsay Lohan done dug herself up out the depths of addiction, and Wendy can't get over. That's what they say. And Wendy can't get over a little vodka, a couple bumps, and then I just can't. And even still, the woman that I saw on that show, doing that program, I said that yesterday, I think. I didn't say that today. I seen Wendy Williams. I went to a Wendy Williams show. Kevin, in the sense that Kevin is like the Kardashians. They get to cussing around Chris, talk to Chris like their manager. It's not like, oh, they do have those, oh, I love my mother moments, but I think that's more for show. Wendy wasn't with Kevin like, oh, my husband, my doting, loving husband. She's like, this is my manager, this is business. So for her to be so bent up over the husband, I think is a misleading storyline as well too. And and I would love to see Wendy come back. But have I seen any semblance of her even capable of doing that? No, I haven't. And it doesn't get any better from when she was talking about coming back in January. It hasn't gotten any better. Coming out of rehab, it hasn't gotten any better. She need to hold on to paparazzi's hand. That's not okay. That's after rehab. That's not okay. For me. When Akila, I see I put this Akila in the bump. When Akila and this man start to fuck around on her, everybody gonna be shut up and quiet because they're gonna expect, well, you can't trust these niggas. Why she even put herself in that? I'm just, it's so stupid. They could have seen it when it's faking it to bankrupt Kev, and that's just too deep. That's just too deep because at the end of the day, Wendy, she did a couple acting gigs. Okay, she was a judge on Drop Dead Diva. She did that Lifetime movie she was a lady on the bus or something like that. And that's as good as it got. For Wendy to start method acting like she's the Joker or some shit, I think is a little bit out of her wheelhouse when it comes to delivering a character. Because she could do the same effect with staying in the house. Her show at Apartment was a shit show. That's allegedly where she got naked in front of DJ Booth. And she was so bad off that little Kevin had threatened the team with calling the police because they wouldn't let him up there to do a wellness check on her. So that's the thing. I just don't, it's not that deep now. Because then she would never work again. It's not Kevin just wants money from the show. And Kevin wants to marry Sharina. And she was coming to her. Exactly. And what did all she say? Kevin, or whatever his name was in the movie, well, she was just Wendy Williams. She wasn't acting like no sweat. I think her name was Diana or some shit like that. Debbie, some shit like that. She wasn't it wasn't no breakout role. She didn't deserve no Emmy. And no Screen Actors Guild. This right here is her. If this is acting, which I'm so open for it, because then it would be the one of the greatest gags in entertainment history. I don't think they would let Wendy Williams to do something like that, to hold that title. But it'd be one of the greatest gags in entertainment history. And I think if Kevin got a good enough lawyer, he'd be able to sue her, and then I would start a whole nother thing. But her not working from the show, that wouldn't be the only money that Kevin would be getting. That's the biggest check, because that was her bulk. That was her cash cow. She do the podcast, Kevin's gonna get the money from that too. If she got paid from Sister Circle, Kevin would get the money from that too. Depending on how their situation is set up. But alimony is alimony. You get paid, I get paid as well. The money will continue to go. The money only stops if he marries Sharina. Why he hasn't done that, I don't know. Does he want Wendy's money? Women do it all the time. So we're not gonna the double standard. It's hard to say what he should and shouldn't do when that happens on the other side of the fence quite frequently. Quite frequently. Does Sharina pressure him to get married? Maybe not, because she knows that's half the money. That's half the time she'd have to work for the money that they're getting. So who knows what type of bedtime pillow talk conversations that they have in regards to what they do with Wendy's money. But women do it all the time. Women do it all the time. So, I don't know. No, because, well, of course, he wants the money. Well, he's owed the money. I mean, he's more owed, in my opinion, he's more owed the money from what Wendy does more than a woman who stays at home and takes care of the kids and never sets foot inside the business that she gets money from. You know what I mean? And, you know, Kevin's older now, so she's not paying any child support. So that's that. But whatever money he's owed from the Wendy Williams show, whatever money Wendy makes from the Wendy Williams show, Kevin is absolutely entitled to that money. And I mean, that's without question. That's without him having a whole nother marriage or whatever. He is 100% entitled to that money without question. There's no getting around that. Like I said, the thing of it is that he knew she wouldn't be, he knew she wasn't working. He knows that when the money stops, his money stops. Those things. Now, as far as the conservatorship, not under the bank, her son had the last really I heard about anything was that little Kevin, was going to be taking control. He was going to be not the conservatorship, but he was taking control of her affairs, you know, after he turned 20 or 21, you know what I'm saying? So that sort of thing. So that's where he is now. So all of that is all speculated too. Kevin don't come out and say none of that. Granted, he don't need to confirm that, but there's no presence of him in the mix of all this Wendy stuff. Now we haven't seen them together since 2021. Watch the video. So that sort of thing. Well, they are divorced, and yes, he has a child outside the marriage. But if there's no clauses, the divorce doesn't affect the alimony. And that would have, if they have a standard, if they never had which I don't think they had a prenup, then him having a child out of wedlock really doesn't have anything to do with that. Yeah, but then she wasn't having a fidelity clause because she wasn't making no money without Kevin as a manager. Now, but you know, due to different things, whatever the clauses and the things to say, you know, like, but that's completely different than what Todd and Candy do. Wendy Williams became Wendy Williams with Kevin Hunter immediately by her side. And when they got married, she had dreams, and, you know, dream big, you know, be bigger, you know, my idea, and that's what Wendy did. Did she think she'd be sitting in front of, 2 million people every day and, you know, getting Norma Kamali and Diane von Furstenberg dresses and, you know, $5,000 wigs, and you know what I'm saying, things like that? I don't think that was her dream, but probably hadn't fully realized that, the path that it would take to get there. And in that respect, no, she ain't talking about no prenup like that because, or no, heavily claused prenup because she was in love with Kevin and Kevin was benefiting her in the beginning. You know, strong, solid rock. He did the arguing. I showed up and I did what I needed to do. Kevin made sure everything was good. You know, that sort of stuff. Um, Somebody asked me, the girl lady asked me a while ago, are you covering Shaquilla Robinson's murder? Which I will when I figure out more details. Wendy was definitely in love, is what she said to us, yes. And somebody said to that lady, so we have to add and subtract more numbers? No, thank you. That's funny. But no, she wasn't going to write no heavily. And at that time, when they got married, people weren't really writing heavily claused prenups. That stuff kind of came later, like Gwyneth Paltrow, Chris Martin, Beyonce, and Jay-Z, and other people have heavily claused prenups. And they were really in the beginning, you know, the beginning stages of love and all that stuff is what they say. But it was, in my opinion, business from day one. And that was that. And that, with no clauses and prenups with those things, made it easier for Kevin. I'm not saying to work Wendy over, but I'm also of a believer that after 25 years, we might not be in the same place. And that's what I'm saying, like with Tabitha talking about, oh, I'm going to love on my man and I'm going to retire him and give him the life. Girl, once you get busy and do all these things and you don't see him for 36 hours and he finds himself on black or at some function with some other, it ain't going to be worried about what you want to do with him because this is what you saw for y'all. He could be tired. He could be the type of man that many men are like. It's like, yeah, I liked you when you were like this, but the minute you got a better job, the minute you started making more money, now his whole shit done changed. So you either end up without him because you continue to be you, or you end up suppressing yourself so that you can keep him with you. When Wendy said what she said about Tabitha, she was not wrong at all. Girl, you sound crazy even saying something like that, which goes back into this Keke Palmer thing. Her success is quantified and validated because she's now pregnant and has a man. One has absolutely nothing to do with the other. And if you love your man like that much, Tabitha, make sure he's happy, do those things, that's fine. But don't sit here and say you're going to retire him, because like I said, if you got a man like that and now you in business for yourself and you doing quality assurance for your seasonings and your restaurants and stuff like that, he should be working the same way. Y'all should be working together. Y'all should retire together. Wendy wasn't wrong. Goddamn Christians talking about don't talk about God. The vicious Christians. She shouldn't have said what she said about Tab. Like, she called Tab half of the things maybe she just said about some other people. Like, didn't even say anything ridiculous other than, I have to go back and see what she paraphrasing of, other than, girl, you sound crazy. You sound crazy. And not only because I'm going through whatever the bullshit I'm going through with my man, but because of the experiences that I had with men. I have an opinion on that. You sound nuts. Because even thing with Kevin's still working. Kevin, when you didn't work to retire Kevin? Not a PowerPoint or a flowchart. You know, what's other to get me a PowerPoint, because I've seen how these PowerPoints be looking on TikTok. And I said, maybe I could do that. You feel like you should, be a fan of Tabitha? You know, the devil comes in all forms, and all Christians ain't of God. And a soft tone usually comes with some strong undertones under that as well. And that's just on knowing people. But like I said too, Tabitha ain't missed nothing since that whole Wendy opportunity. The exposure that she got was translated from social media people who watch her on Facebook and whatever else they watch Tabitha on TikTok. Yes, but like Facebook, I think was the beginning. And now it's like now she's on the news. Now she's on the waves. And now these white women that love Wendy in the mornings, and now it's like, oh, look at this lady, this black lady with the natural hair and the seasonings and the things like that. Oh, I like to grow my fruit too. Oh, I'm vegan as well. Kevin kept the money flowing. Period. He kept Wendy. Kevin said that he